Uh-oh. What is this? Is that new music? A new starting song. How strange. After all that dancing, too. What's up, folks? The party horn's still here. It's a little offbeat. How's everybody doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. Happy Friday. Sorry we're a little late today, folks, but I promise it was for good reason. We have a great podcast. A great podcast, dare I say it. A fantastic podcast. One of these kind of podcasts. Oh, sorry. It's a little bit loud. We have a fantastic podcast scheduled for you guys coming out this Monday that I just finished recording. It went a little bit long, but that's because there's a lot to talk about. We were discussing crafting coming to Star Citizen, how it's changing the game, the ramifications, the different features it's including. It's got item recovery tied in. It's got inventory rework tied in. It's going to change mining and item commodity resource quality. It's possibly also going to be changing the way that we get rewards for missions, getting blueprints instead of just like money. There's like, oh man, it's going to be crazy. Now, that is going to be coming out, as Mrs. Tomato has said, for members later today. So keep an eye out for that. If you are a Twitch subscriber, if you're a YouTube member, if you get either of those today, look out for the early video. And if you ever want to come to the live podcast, you can always, jump in on with us on Discord. But hello, Twitch. I see you guys were all bright, shiny, and dancing this morning, looking great and fantastic and super, super sexy. Welcome in. Chat's just absolutely hot, burning hot. Mr. Maverick, Toes Gang, good to see you, dude. Welcome in, buddy. Hope you're having a good day, good week. Vastin, hello. Haven't seen you all year, man. Where have you been? Glad to see you in here. Hope you're having a lovely one. Maverick, my dude. I already just said hi to you. I can't say. Stop it with the name coming up. Lurch Lord, FVM, good to see you both. Mrs. Tomato, the one and only. Hello, my moon. Hello. Rig, Diva, Brig, Yui, Zero, Arctic. I hope you guys are having a lovely one and a good weekend. I guess Maverick's weekend's already started. Good for you, dude. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. You can see all the darts down here that I've been pelted with over the last couple days. Littering the floor. I am still keeping up the Santa hat. I promise we will take it down soon. I'm doing my switch over to 2027-6. Getting ahead of myself a little slowly. But I do have this upgrade, courtesy of the lovely Mrs. Tomato. For Christmas, she got me a new mouse. As you guys know, this one is literally like falling apart. The rubber fell off on this side. It came off on this side. This mouse is not doing well, and I love it. G604, you are great. But it's time for the G502. Can I also just say I love this song? I gotta put a star on this song. This song is freaking phenomenal, guys. This is I put this in the latest video, I think, for supporters. Ooh, it's good. Show them the meme Tyrus sent you. What meme was it that Tyrus sent me? Oh, that was, where was that?
Thank you. Thank you.
That was in some chat somewhere. Whoa, Rig. Hey. Rig just dropped 10 freaking subs over here on the, yo, thank you. My man comes out of nowhere, Mr. 1909. That's the most subs anybody's dropped all year, dude. Turn this into a 9. I broke the chalk. God dang it. Why am I always breaking the chalk so quickly? Rig. My man, Mr. 1909, he's one of the older people in the org. One of the older people I know, to be honest. You don't meet many people born in 1909. An oldie but a goodie, for sure. In no way dirty or weird. But that does remind me, we have a giveaway to give away. We got a Drake Clipper game package that somebody here needs to win. And then we're actually starting another giveaway today because we were supposed to do one on New Year's Eve, and I'm sorry we didn't get around to that. But we're gonna hit you guys up with another ship. Faldorn, bro, subbed himself for the 14 months he'd been around here, holding down, keeping things strong. Dropped 20 subs though. My dog. Okay. See, I'm focusing on my handwriting this time because we need to be able to read all these at the end of the year. I've not been doing a good job at them. Thank you, Rig. Thank you, Faldorn. Deja, thank you as well for renewing your sub at 20 months. Guys, you got a hype train level 7 already. We haven't even got it started today. Come on now. I just said got it started. I'm awful. All right. But I missed out on saying hello to everybody else. Dr. Dan, Benefit Man, Ginger Beard Dang, Zeth, Juke, Valis, Passerby. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. NECA, good to see you, dude. Mrs. Tomato is now here, I think, to pull our giveaway winner. Do we have a... Okay. Alrighty, guys. She's coming in here to grab our winner. Who's gonna win the clipper? Who's gonna win the clipper? Also, what are we giving away next? That's what I'm excited to know. R92871 said great video on Death of a Spaceman Tomato. Thank you. Thank you for watching it.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll! Who's getting the clipper? Don't break my mouse doing this.
Stellar Jake.
Stellar Jake.
On Twitch.
Stellar Jake. I know Stellar Jake. That's Jake, but really stellar. One would say tubular. Congratulations, Stellar Jake. The kids went crazy. A lady fainted. Stellar Jake got his Drake Clipper. I'm proud of you. Congrats. Thank you so much for getting involved in this giveaway. Thanks to CIG for passing it on so that we can pass it on to you. I am going to now start a new giveaway. Actually, Mrs. Tomato is going to start a new giveaway. I don't know what she's going to bless you guys with, but keep an eye out on the chat because it should be getting started here shortly. And I'm guessing it's a ship. It's most likely a ship. Now, can I please switch over the mouse? Can we make this a little bit of a like a changing of the guard? Ooh. Join me. Wait. Hold on, we have to do this together. Gotta do this together. Join me. We're gonna peel some plastic. I can't be the only one to enjoy this. Oh, that's not that nice, is it? It's that really sticky kind of plastic that sounds not as great when you peel it off. This is my first new mouse. Well, not my first new mouse since this one I had to get replaced because it broke, but this is my first new mouse model in like 6 years. Or not like 4 years. Since like right after the pandemic, I've just been using almost the same mouse. And now, there it is. Oh yes. The best part of getting new tech. It's actually, that wasn't that great. I'm sorry guys. I've never taken plastic off on camera before. So, this is also my first white mouse, which is fun. How do I put the battery in? Oh god, this takes... What kind of freaking... This takes a battery that I don't have. Alright, so I can't use this right now. Yay, that was fun. We got a new mouse, can't use it. Well, eventually, I will be switching over. And then it will be nice and good fun. Maverick, dude, thanks for the bits. That was climatic. The other thing... Oh, come on, I wasn't inactive that long. We were sitting right here. Plug it in with USB and charge it. Wait, is it not battery? Is this like the carrying port for the dongle? Is that what I'm getting? All right, I'll charge it. This magical technology, Valis Valis, seems to know about that I've never heard of. This, what did you call it? Charge? Weird. At least you're not buying memory. Well, yeah, I mean, that's... I would buy memory if I could. I was supposed to get a memory update at the end of this year, and now I'm guessing it won't happen until the end of a couple more years. But that's okay, right? Who cares about upgrading their computer? Your last white mouse had an apple on it. That was many moons ago. Oh, the moons. The mouse is probably the last thing that you would want to get white. So it's a little sketchy. I may keep it off camera so you can't see it getting dirtier, or I may just keep my hand clean. My hands are usually clean. But please don't. I'm not actually worried about that. What's up, Vermithrax? How you doing? Imagine having to buy memory for your actual brain. Someday. That's what they told me. It'll run out, and I'm just gonna have to buy more. Considering most of the memory is taken up by like Star Citizen facts, I think it's coming sooner than later. You built your new rig in last January. You got 64 gigs for just over 200 DDR5. You feel so lucky now. How many people in chat have gotten RAM in the last year before it got really expensive? And how happy are you feeling? You got 64 gigs, MJ. Arctic, you got early last year. Nice. You got 96 gigabytes. Oh my God, for $300, dude. That would sell for like the price of a new computer right now. Or maybe just some brain memory. Or from what I've heard, a Star Citizen game package. Actually, there probably is a game package around that price. You're not going to say so you don't get depressed, Zeth? I'm sorry. You got 64 gigs of some nice DDR4. Happy for you, Modak. 64 last year. Man, you guys, we got a lot of RAM purchases last year. Good for you, RAM suppliers. Look at us, the garden. Keeping them afloat. They don't need the AI industry. They've got us. Embrace us. Hold us. Please. And make sure you have RAM with you when you do it so we can steal some. It's like, I literally will pickpocket one of those CEOs for a RAM stick right now, okay? I'll risk it. Asus has come out and stated they will not invest the billions needed to make RAM. Asus puts out new statement. We thought about it, never mind. Sounds hard. It was fun to make the statement. But like actually doing it, looking into that, ugh. No thank you. You remember back in 2018 when 64 gigs of DDR4 was over 900? People act like this is new. Hey, listen, okay? I didn't exist in 2018, all right? Anything before 2020, it's gone. Do you remember early in the conversation when we talked about how I have to buy more memory? Yeah, that's a thing. This is new. Cheap RAM or no representation or something. Didn't somebody say that back in like 1782? You were looking to upgrade your PC for GTA 6 as you're still rocking a 1080 Ti and all other parts from when the 1080 came out. Hell yeah, dude. Mrs. Tomatoes rocking the 1080 Ti. That thing's a workhorse. I'm so proud of it. I hope it never dies. Last you heard, Asus were talking about carrying on making their older DDR4 motherboards for folk wanting to stick with DDR4. Oh, that is nicer. That's something. All right, first thing that I wanted to talk about today. I actually just put a video out about this, so we don't need to like do a whole deep dive, but figure we could touch on it real quick just for the active open discussion portion of it. Yogi, my dude. Freaking love the name Yogi. Have I ever said that? It's a good name. Yogi came out to talk a little bit about the flight model. Sorry, Mrs. Tomato got me this stocking stuffer. She literally got me a fidget spinner and a freaking squeeze stress ball for Christmas. Like, she knows me so well. I'm over here just like slamming it around in my hands. If you see that, that's what's going on. Anyways, Yogi, he gave us a little flight model update because as we're all curious, you know, we had an update on the flight model back in 2023, CitizenCon, and Citizen Flight, I called it. Hey, it got it. It figured that out. So Yogi gave us a little update.
Like dependent on your skills. The weapon
that had quite a bit of stuff being said. This was where we started to learn. The first time we ever saw these like these VFX with like the bullets bouncing off the ship and stuff, the sparks. That was all. This was the first time I think we ever saw that. This is also the first time I think we saw precision targeting mode, which I know a lot of people had a problem with. I don't know what the updated takes on precision mode are right now, but at least before we got engineering and before we started to do more component targeting, people were not happy about it. I think it's really fun. I have an absolute blast targeting thrusters and turrets, at least on NPC ships, and like seeing how to strategically take them out. And I feel like that's before it gets really good. But this was a little over 2 years ago now with Yogi Clat. He also in this video had some talk about control surfaces and installing your ship when in atmosphere and that kind of stuff. And then we also had the new quantum travel system. So cool stuff, fun stuff, very, very sickly stuff. And we kind of have heard some little bits and pieces and bits and bobs about this over the last couple of years, but not really any significant updates. So somebody asked recently, what are the current blockers on the updated flight model? Is it complete for Squadron 42? Is it coming in 2026 or are we stuck with the current? Now, that's multiple questions and he does answer them multiply, but I think it's good to keep in mind that there are multiple parts to the flight model that might come at different times. And the most important part of the flight model for CIG is basically light fighters, because that's what Squadron 42 is. So that's why everything has mostly focused on that up until now. That being said, let's talk about what the heck Yogi said in response. He said, we can't answer the when questions, but I can give a bit of context. The flight model feature work for Squadron 42 is completed and we're just doing smaller follow-up work. While Squadron 42 is relatively straightforward to tune and balance, it has a much smaller ship roster, and as a single-player game, we have greater control over the experience. The PU with its PvP parts is a different beast. We have hundreds of ships and variants, and every single one needs the flight model retuned on the new flight model and made sure it sits in the right spot. During the Master Modes update, we had to update the flight model of all ships within a single release cycle because the terminal technology didn't support parallel flight models. That was very demanding on us devs and initially did not allow us to follow on the unique characteristics of each ship. The new tech now supports parallel flight models, which means we can take our time with each ship as the legacy flight data is still intact. So they're choosing to take it much more slowly, and they are being a lot closer to the chest about it. This is probably going to come in the same way that engineering did. At some point it'll hit the early preview channels and then we'll get to see how it's happening. But there's a whole story behind this. Head over to my second channel. I just released a video on it. It's like a 30-40 minute talk on the flight model, how it's developed, why it's been going this way, why people feel the way it is. I don't want to jump into that now. I mainly wanted to talk to you guys about it and hear your questions, but it is good news. I think it's good news to hear that they've learned from the way that they did flight the master modes, and they're kind of trying to get every ship changed over in the back end now instead of doing it in front of us. A little different, to be quite honest. Music's too loud? Thank you for the heads up. A little different from the way they're doing engineering, which right now is basically just doing it all in front of us. We get to see engineering blow us up or choose to not blow us up, but the flight model they're doing more in the background, at least for now. Precision mode's fine, just shouldn't show components so clearly. Just show a glow based on IR and EM signature. Not a bad idea. Your friend is sending you his old Valve Index this week. Can't wait to try it in SC. That's cool. Enjoy. PvP is the root of all of our problems. No, I think PvP is the root of all of our successes and enjoyment. It's the best thing that's ever happened to all of us. So, cool update. Flight model stuff is interesting. Again, this is going to include, or at least in some way include, quantum travel, quantum boost, new sort of flight structure in space, the removal of master modes, control surfaces, and yeah, that's I think that's about it. The right call after the master modes drama and open brigading. The master modes situation. Well, it was rough enough that we still refer to it as like the drama of Star Citizen. Like, even when I'm making jokes about getting into the drama, I still default to master mode. So does Vastin. That was crazy. That was wild. Honestly, hats off to Yogi for still sticking to it after the amount of vitriol people had for him. Mr. O-Chip, thanks for the bits, dude. I hope you're having a good week. How am I doing? Well, I'm good. Just spacing. Just spacing. We're going to go check out Pyro here. We're going to jump into a little bit of a solo scenario.
Tomato will be with you shortly.
Do some Pyro looking around. And hopefully find something worth... Well, actually, I'm doing some scouting for a possible event, but I also want to see if we could find something worth taking home with us. And Super Mac Brother just dropped his whole crew off with us. There we go. We found it. What better to take home with us than our friends? Welcome in, folks. Hello. How you doing? Good to see you. You just missed a little discussion we were having about the flight model. Yogi gave us a bit of an update on where it is, things like quantum travel control surfaces and things like that. Now we're gonna go and check out the Pyro system. Yay, everybody, yay, we love Pyro. And we're gonna see some possibilities for an event that I would like to run. How y'all doing though? I'm guessing you were playing Star Citizen, doing some off-gridding in Pyro, possibly. Mr. Mac Attack, was it a good stream for you? Also, where the f are these freaking item inventory? They took them all out. When they first brought in these inventory panels, there were too many of them in the space station. Then people said there were too many. Now they're gone. Are they only in our hangars now? In the Galleria? I don't think there's any in this. There we go. They're over here. These are just two of them stuffed in the corner. Super friendly, user friendly. And I have nothing here. So that sucks. This is why I hate traveling. Because I never have anything with me. I don't even remember what we were doing last, guys. I think we showed up here after... Oh, we were here after the New Year's Eve. That's right. That's why I don't have anything. I was freaking drunk, falling over, and just trying to get somewhere after the cruise ended.
to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Some stations have more than others. Yeah, I think that's a little rude.
Your insurance claim has been sent.
Maybe we can get some Star Citizen music playing. How dare CIG trying something but it not working out. You're perfect and know to never stray from what's established. I am perfect, thank you. I'm a tomato. Have you ever seen how nice and perfect we look? Especially in the sunlight.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Okay, we're expedited. How about we just go and grab some supplies here instead of stopping off somewhere else? And then we can probably just fly through the next jump point. No, that's just going to take us longer. That's a dumb idea. Even engineering people were freaking out over changes to the PTU. The community these days can't handle actual open dev. The community is a lot bigger, and there's a lot larger cross-section of people who are not that accustomed to it, I guess. Hell, I'm not that accustomed to it when I first got here, but I've had years and years to see how frustrating it can be and how unsure it can be. And even I still get plenty of stuff wrong. So I understand when people jump into this, especially folks who don't really know it's an alpha or don't care to hear that it's an alpha and see the marketing and feel like it's a live service game as CIG has put it out there to look like a live service game. And they get weirded out by things that happen. I get that. And I'm glad that CIG is learning how to tune some of that out while still taking in the feedback, of course. But I do agree with you. I think the community, to some extent, not that it's one big blob of a mindset, but like a lot of folks in the community need to I think have more long-term introspective. Think about everything that's going on with a little bit more nuance. Challenging, I know. Dude, this is such a terrible selection at Port Tressler. How is it it feels like Hurston has the best selection of things to buy in their spaceport? Hurston! Of all people. CIG have never put it out there as a live service game. I'm not saying they have said with their mouthy holes that it's a live service game. But it's a live service game. It's always been clear it's an alpha. Really? Maybe they made some changes. Genuinely, it would be good if they did. It says alpha here because this is the most recent update. But I do wonder how often this is the first thing that pops up. Besides that, though, let's see if it says alpha elsewhere. It says early access here. Support this week. Letter from the chairman. Doesn't say it in plain text here, but it does when you start to like click into things. I don't know, man. Like I hear you, and I also that's funny. They just called the cutter a generalist here on the screen. Never seen that. I hear you. I do agree that like it is clearly an alpha in the sense that you have to click the agreement. They call it an alpha, and we know that it's for testing and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's like a question whether it's been fully launched or if it's still in development. My point is more so that they advertise it in a way that encourages people to come into the game and play it like it's a live service game. You're coming in to live a life, to build your character, to run a story, to build a legacy, to live in space, and you're doing it in this thriving environment with these different professions available to you. But But when you get into the game, you also then need to accept that it's an alpha and that things are changing all the time. I don't even think I grabbed enough stuff. Things are changing all the time, and they need to change because not everything's complete and features are being made and content's being made, and like, that's all clear. I'm not saying that they're not clear about the fact that that's the status. I'm just saying that when they do tell people about the game, it gives the impression that it's a live service. Where was that store I just was at? Was it all the way back here? How did I get so lost? Over here? Yeah, it's over here. Hurston sells very little at Lorville, so Everest Harbor makes up for it. Well, can they just, like, push Everest Harbor through to ArcOrb's orbit? I think it's clear to us that play, but not to those looking at YouTube ads. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so they don't have very many guns here. I know I just got the Coda, but we need something that can actually kill people. No offense, Coda. Ew. The P4? Ah, P8. Good stuff. All right. Yeah, we can live with this. And I don't think I grabbed any armor. I'm not really expecting to do FPS. This is all kind of just in case, but I'll get some armor just in case as well. The Generalist Starter Holiday Pack is the thing we are giving away. Generalist Starter Holiday Pack. Is that with a clipper? Comes with 2 skins, a ship, and insurance. Very nice. What ship does it come with? Nice Ducati shirt. Do you ride? I do. I don't currently have a bike, but I do ride. My last bike was a Ducati. Hence the shirt. Wonder how many still think there's nothing to do and only think there are concept ships. I'm sure plenty. That was black. We'll get this in red. I'm sorry, guys. I usually don't start from Port Tressler. This is all weird. Oh, wait, they have Morozov here. That's cool. I can use that. I can get with Morozov.
If you need something, use the terminal.
That's what I'm doing. It keeps kicking me back to the first page whenever I buy something. Got any MacFlex? I'll take MKX. This is going to be such an interesting looking armor set. I'm here for it. Oh my god, come on. Just lost functionality. After this year, it'll become less alpha-like besides wipes, so it'll become... It's becoming less of a big deal. It's becoming less of a big deal, but again, this is the time when it will become the biggest deal. This is the time when people are expecting the most polished during the time when it will be the least polished. So we're not quite at beta yet.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Actually, not even really that close. Anon! Anonymous! Anonymous! With the 5 subs, dude. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. You know Anonymous still goes on the board. Thank you, Twitch. Anonymous. About to be up there on the leaderboard at the end of the year. Don't forget to hydrate. Oh, I got you. Dehydration builds strong bones. Where is that last bit of MKX?
Moby. All the info's right there.
No, it's not. Don't lie to me. Listen to her. An asshole. You're like, the information's on your Moby. No, it's not. You guys took that system away from me.
Anything new?
All right. I think we are good. Let's go to the kiosk real quick and make sure. There used to be kiosks over here. What are they, downstairs? Just tucked away behind the stairs. Makes sense. Alright. Coda ammo, P8 ammo. Backpack. Things in backpack. Really? I can't fit that much ammo in a small backpack? Okay. And then we'll get some medical stuff and we'll get out of here. And a drink. Don't forget, we'll get a drink. Announcing the date on CitizenCon and dropping it a week before IAE is your guess for the Squadron 42. I'm going to keep my mouth shut about Squadron 42 predictions, I think. I'm going to just let it ride out. Until I can't any longer, and then you know I'll say something stupid. What's up, Just Game? Another oldie but goodie in the community. Just Game comes to hearken at us from 1945. That's not that old, though. I feel like 1945 is actually a fairly not uncommon birth date around these parts. And we're all oldies but goodies at that point, let's be honest. Just trying to retire in a spaceship. Don't hate on Tressler, that's your home. Your home only serves pizza and hot dogs and soda. But you know what? I'll shove it in my backpack for later. Just get in there. I'm sure that won't be gross at all. Just a few cans of soda and an open-faced mustard-covered ketchup hot dog. Good for you. All right. And one for the road. October 10th, since that's the Kickstarter date, you think. To make that date, we are not getting Squadron 42, but a slightly feature-reduced Squadron 21. Interesting. I actually like the idea. I mean, it works out that they're releasing it on the 10th anniversary of its delay. Of its second delay, right? Its first year was 2014, I think. And then they said, okay, we missed that. We're doing 2016. And then I think from there they said 20... Well, I don't think they actually gave a date after 2016. I think they insinuated possibly 2020. But they never actually gave a date. And then the next date they gave was 2026. So there haven't been that many... There haven't been as many release dates for Squadron, I think, as people like to say. I think maybe there were one or two other small mentions in there from Chris Roberts, which is always great. But no other, like, trailer releases and promotional announcements made. That being said, it's been a freaking long time, and they internally and more within the community have always given the feeling that it was 2 to 3 years away. So definitely has not been a straightforward delivery.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following place.
You think it's going to release in August? Or at least that's what you would say if you were high on cope. And what would you say if you're not high on cope, Bastin? I would say I want a burrito. That's what I would say. Do I think we will ever get a prison system update? Would be really cool to live a prison life. More like a real prison system, more structured jobs and relationships. I do think we're going to get a prison system update. I think, though, that the prison system has been scaled back from what they originally wanted it to be. They wanted it to have a fairly intricate system where you would need to sometimes get in trouble specifically to go into the prison so that you could meet certain mission givers or find certain bounties that were in prison and take on jobs that, you know, required more of that. They might still do that, but I think if they did, it would be more a specific contract and like a very specific situation in which you're meant to do that. That's part of a storyline, rather than it just being like in the sandbox. Sometimes your bounty's just in prison and you got to figure out how to get in there, and there's no instructions. It feels a little less like the game is headed in that direction. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Maybe I will be. But not really sure what to expect from the prison system update at this point. But yeah, murder should be a huge problem if you kill someone. Oh yeah, release Squadron 42 at freaking Fleet Week. Invictus. It's good. Could you imagine though? Sometimes I get a little bit carried away, and for just a couple seconds I cope and imagine Squadron 42 just having like a perfect release and being a really good game, and suddenly Star Citizen is viewed in a completely different light, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, maybe Star Citizen will be a cool game, and we can talk about it in the normal gaming industry without constantly having to talk about how much money or time it's taken, and instead just like the, you know, actual gameplay and stuff that goes on. And then I come back to Earth. I'm like, nah, you know what, it's okay. We don't have to go there. Honestly, if this game got too popular, it would probably end up having more trouble. Anyways, we were just talking about how the community has grown so much that it's hard to keep track of what's more important, the game right now or the game they're supposed to be building. You getting high on contact right now? That's why I'm here, baby. I'm thinking about manufacturing a body pillow that people can keep in their house. It's like a cope pillow. Sounded like I said Coke pillow. Just to be clear, cope pillow. But you just keep it around the house. Maybe it has a little thing you can like press to push. Triggers a voice line. I don't know. Don't worry. Dynamic server meshing is right around the corner. Just buy more ships. Oh god, no. Not that part. That's the Chris Roberts pillow. You do think it's going to be good and the release will be okay, but not amazing? Yeah, see, I want it to be amazing. Before 2024... Yeah. Before 2024, I didn't think that Squadron 42 was going to be all that amazing. I mean, I thought it was going to be a cool game because it was a space cinematic game. But I do think that my excitement and expectations for that game went up when I saw the new graphics and when I got a better sense of the world building. That being said, I don't think I was alone in that. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a great game. So it's like the excitement is definitely higher than it used to be. My expectations are higher, and I think a lot of other people's are too, but there wasn't quite enough to prove that it's going to be just like a great release, right? And polish is definitely a big part of that. Unfortunately, CIG has many years of Star Citizen's performance working against them when trying to convince us that they're going to polish Squadron 42. You just know that gaming media and people will pick Squadron 42 apart with a magnifying glass regardless of how good it is. Yeah. And they should know it too. Is the planned flight mechanics update going to affect cargo weight and Atmo flight? One of the reasons you stopped playing was the arcade-ish flight model. Maybe time to test again soon. I know that's part of the plans. I don't know if that's going to be part of the flight model right when it releases or more long term. I don't use flight sticks right now, no. I think we are starting to see some big changes to live. I think crafting is a really big part of getting people more things to do in this game. Do I think we'll see skill proficiency for FPS since we won't have any type of leveling system? Yeah. To some extent, there's going to be skill proficiency in the game. I don't know if it'll be FPS. We know it'll definitely be with melee combat. It's a terrifying pillow. Yeah, it'll slap you around a little bit if you don't play Star Citizen enough. You thought it was going to be a game? No. Nonsense. Tomato waifu win? I think that would be you, Mrs. Tomato? Tomato waifu in 2019? 2018? Can't blame me for getting that one wrong. It was December 26th of 2018, okay? It's basically 2019. As long as it's released in a better state than Starfield. It's not setting the bar high enough. I gotta say, I'm pretty on board with what Astropub says. I think Squadron 42 should be shooting for a Baldur's Gate 3 level launch. Not that they can get there, okay? I don't believe they can. This game will never, Squadron 42 will never have the same market appeal as a Baldur's Gate 3. But, how much fuel do I have? We'll go through and refuel on the other side if we need it. But, I do think that it was a good example of what a lesser known but still kind of popular game could do in an environment where the genre is wanting. The fantasy RPG genre has been wanting a true RPG with good choice and not a FromSoft-like format for a while. And the gaming industry has also wanted a pretty spectacular sci-fi RPG, but generally just action-adventure, cinematic storytelling game with a little FPS, with a little cool technology, with some puzzles, some spaceflight. Like Squadron 42, I do think, depending on how they handle the flight model and the ease of travel in Squadron 42, I think it could be an incredibly interesting game for a lot of people who would play things like Halo or Deus Ex or Half-Life if it gets to console. Whoa! Is Baldur's Gate 3 considered a small indie release?
15%.
Like, I don't actually know. Larian Studios is kind of decent size. I think they're in I think they went from like 40 to 50 employees up to 200 and something during Baldur's Gate 3's development. But I don't know what kind of budget they were working on. Squadron 42 will be will fill exactly the hole for sci-fi that Baldur's Gate 3 filled. Well, I mean, I would not set people's expectations for that, man. Baldur's Gate 3 is a very, very in-depth RPG with a lot of branching storylines. Squadron 42 is going to be pretty much us running through a story. I would say Squadron 42 is a bit more in line with like a Halo Reach, but with a Halo Combat Evolved approach. Or like a Deus Ex Humankind Divided sort of situation. Humankind? No, Human Revolution. Yeah. You think something like Arc Raiders would be a better example? Baldur's Gate 3 is an already well-established and loved franchise way before Baldur's Gate 3. Arc Raiders is entirely new from a newfound studio. Yeah, but Arc Raiders was cut off. You couldn't play it. You couldn't do anything with it. Baldur's Gate 3 was in open development. It had a community of people who knew and understood the game and were excited for it, and therefore were able to hit the ground running right when the game released, showing people the gameplay, bringing people into how it works, what the history is, what the lore is. That open development gives people something to jump into. You play this amazing game, you're interested in it. You go and you look at all that historical open development, and it drags you in more. You talk about it more, it drags other people in more. That creates this community feel of being part of the entire game. And I think that Baldur's Gate 3 really benefited from that. Squadron 42, holy crap. Like, it's literally going to flip people's heads if Squadron 42 is a good game. People will go back and watch all the years of Squadron's development to be like, wait, hold on. How did this actually end up being a good game? But that's only if it's good. But if it ended up being actually good after all this, it'd be historic. Not because nobody else could do it, just because they're kind of defying a lot of expectations if they can. A little bit of a too good to be true kind of story. Isn't it kind of a fool's errand to compare a fantasy CRPG to a spaceflight sim story? I mean, not if you're only comparing the format in which they release.
Storage space assigned.
I'm not comparing them by their game mechanics. You can compare anything in life. Just got to pick the right properties and things to compare between them. I could probably find a way to compare Squadron 42 to Avatar, The Last Airbender. Vanduul, the Fire Nation. Right? Probably not, actually. Vanduul will feel more like a Splinter Cell. I feel like the, maybe the Kurthak are the Fire Nation. No, that wouldn't make sense, because we don't know about the Kurthak that much.
Service complete. Connection terminating.
Systems off.
Alright, just going to refuel real quick here, and then we will continue. I'm going to go check out a couple RAB sites for just to start. I want to see what spawns out there. Any minerals? Any enemies? Actually, if I'm looking for enemies, I should get something we could fight in. Streamers crying about Ubisoft slop should be rooting for Squadron 42 and Star Citizen's success, but instead they focus on the pay to win, missing that it's all voluntary donations and there's no winning. I mean, I get that. I'm really glad they're not doing the concept sales anymore, and the Battlecruiser sale is going to be really painful to go back to that briefly and have to explain. It's not even going to be worth explaining. They probably should have just waited until after that to say no concept ship sales, but I get the drama around Star Citizen. I just don't get why it doesn't ever move on from that.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
If there's no option to romance Mark Hamill and Henry Cavill, you're out. It's fair. But honestly, they can't discriminate. They should also include the aliens. If we're going to have to wait this long for Mass Effect 5, then another game's going to have to come in here and give us romanceable aliens. Ooh, how about we try out the Alpha Wolf? I haven't really used this ship very much. It's said to be 40 hours long, but how much of that is gameplay? Probably between 50 to 66% of that is gameplay, I'd imagine.
Your insurance claim has... Thank you. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
So I guess, say, maybe 60 to 70%. You feel like the Kurthak are behind a lot of the other races, like subtly guiding things or sometimes wiping out an Imperial line to make a point. If the Kurthak really are a race of sentient robots, then yeah, probably. They've probably become so powerful that they are literally just guiding the way that the galaxy is run, and humans just haven't been introduced to them yet because, well, I mean, story. But also because they're busy dealing with all the other races. A new approach to funding a video game, and it creates content for negative press. I really do hope that if Squadron 42 succeeds, one of the big things it does is gives other studios the... Oh, I'll join you for that. Let's party, Moo Daddy. Gives other studios the feeling like they can jump in and try and do this stuff. I really wish that fantasy gamers got the chance to experience the excitement that Star Citizen brings. And they could get a studio that was dedicated to building just like, I guess, Ashes of Creation kind of, or something kind of like that. I feel like if if Hello Games was open development, people would get it. Probably because they would handle it a little bit better, but also just because it's different when they're building something that nobody else is, as opposed to like building a competitor to, I don't know, Arc Raiders or Call of Duty or something. It's not a standard kind of game. And I hope that if Squadron 42 does succeed, it gives other studios the feeling like they can set out to make these kinds of weird games and do the kickstarting like they used to, but maybe a little bit more responsibly. Because I know kickstarting has a really bad reputation now, but handled correctly, something can come of it. You think there's going to be 20 hours of cutscenes? I think there could be. But no, I'm leaning more towards the upper end of that percentage. Something we agree on, Waffle? I mean, maybe you don't agree with me on stuff, but I agree with a lot of the stuff you say. Or you talking to hustle? that actually makes more sense, huh? All right. I do love the Wolf. I do really love this ship. It looks so good. And this one doesn't have a little sticking out the back there.
Service complete. Connection terminated.
There are asteroids out here. Alrighty. We're actually supposed to be going somewhere. Wow, there are a lot of asteroids out here. Let's bring it to a stop real quick before we slip into this cloud and can't see anything in front of us. Oh my god. And we are inside the cloud. Almost entirely. Almost. Not quite. Okay. Castrated wolf. Oh, man. What has been discussed about the new flight model? Not really that much. Besides just like what Yogi had to say. And a little bit about where it came from. Now, we got a Stanton gateway here. We got the Pyro L3 Lagrange point. Let's see what's at these Lagrange points. I really haven't like done a lot of intensive exploration around Pyro. So we can just go, I'm kind of scouting locations for new events for our org. So we could just chat about whatever while we go about this. It's good times. What is Origin? Is that a new manufacturer? No, it's this sport, also known as Seta Ball, that they forgot about. Do I think we'll ever get improved third person? You're thinking they handle it like a drone. That way we can still have some HUD. I think that they do need to do something like that because third person has to be physicalized in this game. I mean, I say that, but they're giving us a third person inventory, so I don't know. I think it would be dangerous to keep a third person view in this game that's not physicalized because you can look around corners and stuff. I don't know what their solution will be though. But they have plans. They've talked about that. It's been a long time. Hipita! Happy New Year to you. Happy holidays. Happy 2026. And happy week. I hope you're having a good week and looking forward to a grand weekend. Welcome into the stream. Folks, remember, thanks to your lovely asses and New Year's stream, doing an absolute freaking crazy. Zayath went nuts. But honestly, the whole stream, you guys were just phenomenal. We have started another giveaway. It will be giving away on Monday, but you have the chance to enter it right now. That is a Generalist package ship, 2 skins, and I believe some insurance for you. So if you're interested, there's a reclaimer out here, the Rust Bucket, on a salvaging mission, I guess. If you are interested, exclamation point giveaway will make the link pop up, and then you can hit that link to join the giveaway. How many subs on the New Year stream? It was a lot, dude. I think it was like freaking 1,400 or something. Okay, so there's nothing out here at this Lagrange point. Good to know. I probably picked the wrong ship to fly around Pyro and Explorer, and that was a bad idea. I should stick closer to population points. Let's head internally. Yeah, how about here? RAB tongue. 100% gonna run out of gas. Hana. If CIG wanted to make big money, they would have Arena Commander on console as a free-to-play model, let people buy armor and paints for those ships to draw them into Squadron 42. Dude, hell yeah. Not just console, bro. Put Arena Commander free-to-play on Steam. Oh my god. And then instead of letting people buy armor and paints, have them unlock that shit, bro. Let's go. Hire me, CIG. No, but that's probably very difficult to do. I think it would be really, really big if they were able to get Arena Commander into the state where it could basically be Battlefield 2142. Make that free to play and drop it on the markets, and it would drive... Oh, dude. That on the markets, Squadron 42 on the console. If the gameplay was actually good, they would grab so much of the sci-fi market. It'd be crazy. L22 has a VK00 as stock. Isn't that a pretty fast quantum drive, though? Chris Roberts plays with a console controller. This game will be designed just like Wing Commander series was. Yeah. Yeah. And people think that it was getting designed like that for the console. No, it was definitely... They wanted it to be on the controller the whole time. Nilsey1900, thank you for the sub. On Twitch, I appreciate your support, buddy. If you love anything about Elite, it's the way you scoop gas. Gas. He totally said gas, everybody. Elite Dangerous has some really great parts to it. I really in love both the UI and the sound design of Elite Dangerous.
Quantum fuel, 25%.
Chris Roberts had a hugely popular game series and got almost $1 billion in funds from public, yet pretend he doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, look, I am a strong believer of... Okay, hold on, the Arcourt music's playing. Settle down. How about a little pyro music? I am a strong believer that the person who runs a company from 0 to 200 employees is not the same person who grows a company from 500 to 10,000 employees, right? Different skill sets, different things. I mean, a person can grow into that role. But I do think there's a point at which you are meant to be changing the way that you interact with whatever it is you're doing. It's just moved on from that time. And I think that there's... I think that Chris probably wasn't playing the correct role all the time during this game's development. And there are some criticisms that are deserved for those roles. Star Engine translate into console doesn't seem possible. Whoa. Alright, so we got contacts out here. Who are you? Davet Jamal, what are you flying? And why can't I see it? Weird. Why can't I see him?
Contact confirmed.
All right, come on. Okay. Let's put power on this screen. All right. Radar's off? No, radar's on.
Target lock. Target lock. Contact confirmed.
Hello. Who are you?
Lock. Target lock.
Still not telling me what we're looking at. And we're getting in close here. They've got turret cover. I don't want to get too close to this thing. Let's get into the cloud. Oh my god, that's a big asteroid. Holy shit. No. Bro. Okay, that's sketchy. Wowzers. Talk about danger zone, dude. What? This is it's beautiful though. It's like, does feel a lot different from Stanton, but these guys are sticking real close to this base, and they've got turret support there. And this ship is not going to be able to take on turrets for too long. All right, I'm sketched out by these clouds. This guy's on the wrong side of the asteroid. Let's take him. Oh crap. Oh my god. The asteroids, guys. There's too many. Scoop the asteroids. Good place to train, I guess. Ship combat. Alright, so that's one gone. And honestly, these turrets haven't really shot at me too much. Am I decoupled? I don't even know where the couple is on this ship. Okay, I believe I am coupled now. that an 85X? What the heck?
Target destroyed.
Okay. Yeah, Rich is definitely driving a lot of the day-to-day stuff now. You wouldn't recommend trying in an asteroid belt? There are many PvP orgs like yours that would love to train new people to the game. Wait, what? You wouldn't recommend the asteroid belt? Yeah, I was able to catch that. I just had to toggle the thing a few times. Alright. So, now that I've done that, these turrets still aren't shooting at me. It's very interesting. I want to see what's around this area in terms of minerals. It's shooting at somebody. Nothing in here. Oh, we got something over here. I swear I just saw something.
Shield disengaged.
Toes. Mr. Terran in the chat? Mr. Terran, dude. How you doing? Hey, good to see you. Thank you for the sub. Terran's at 54 freaking months, bro. Thank you for supporting this stream for what is almost the entirety of this stream's existence. I hope you're having some pizza this week. So I was told there are not many things to do outside of these RABs, and I am finding this to be true. There's a lot of asteroids, but there's no minerals. Taryn with the following up with the pizza biddies. Happy New Year, my friend. May this year be amazing for you. And Mrs. Tomato, also pizza biddies to start the year off. We haven't had pizza in a while. It might be about time. I'll have to check with Mrs. T. Mrs. Tomato has not been feeling too great lately. Send your best energies and good wishes to her. She was a trooper and joined us for that midnight. Man, this place is freaking beautiful. Look at this, guys. they could fill these areas with things to find and do, little caves and space stations and stuff. Like, we're so close, but so far. Yeah, send your best wishes and energies over to Mrs. Tomato. Normally like 2 or 3 mining nodes around. I really want to do some combined group stuff out here, Vastin. I think having some kind of a threat for our people to deal with while we continue mining and transporting stuff would be really good practice for our crew. What is this? We got some minerals here. We got 1 asteroid here. Perfect, man. That's great. Po boy. Looking at the Prime sub. Thank you, my friend, for the support on the stream. Yeah, it's a shame how much a Pyro is just like, there's just nothing going on here. Gumbo, good to see you, dude. Good to see you in chat. You hope with Starkitect they can slow down travel between POIs and drastically increase the amount of content per POI. Yeah, dude. Space between POIs. Content at POIs. POIs in general. Well, I don't think there's really much for us to gain out here, unfortunately. Looks like we got another player out here. Game's going all right, Sad Fat. What are you flying? Of course, unknown. We got another single mineable asteroid over here. And we're like really on the outskirts now. We're way out here. Will this game cost $10 a month per sub when it released like WoW? That is not the intention. They said they do not want this game to require a subscription to play. I do think that the optional subscriptions are going to give players some pretty solid perks over everybody else, which everybody might feel certain ways about. But I do not believe this game will require a subscription. That's why, you know, we've been like spending all of our money to fund it. What is this? Oh, we got salvage over here. Be nice if I could mark this down and sell it to somebody. This is quite a few scraps. Still not enough to warrant an entire event coming out. What is this? Asteroid. I wish all asteroids had some level of minables in them. And you could just mine any asteroid. It's just that certain ones had enough in them that they were worth mining. Rolo did a detailed breakdown on the server costs. Yeah. The sub they already have, I just think is going to be expanded. Destroy, hey dude. Good to see you in the chat, man. How was your New Year's Eve? Happy New Year, man. Another asteroid, look at that. We're way out here at this point though. We're pretty far out from the asteroid cluster, so the further you get out, there is still things to discover. But it's not that dense. It might not be... What is this? More minerals? It might not be worth sending a bunch of people out here, is what I'm trying to figure out. What are these? Ooh, if these are all minables, that would be good. Yes, they are. Okay, we're getting some slightly bigger deposits. Day says, I'm just trying to get a sense of how much content we've got around one of these RABs. What kind of org event I could run out here. You believe the volume of spawned nodes is relative to the players in the location. Need to confirm, but it appears that way based on your last mining and salvage event. Why, was there a lot more out at these? Did you do a mining and salvage event at one of these spots? Also, has anybody tried mining out in the Glacium Ring yet? Alright, this is another dead spot. Looks like there's nothing out here. RAB. Here's some more salvage. A good amount of scraps. Between the scraps that are spawning here and the... If NPC ships are respawning, we're gonna have to fly back through and see if they are. There might actually be enough salvage out here to validate. Bring in a group. There's another patch. You've done mining in Glacium? Do you find any unique items out there? Have you gone to the Keeger Belt? That's way the hell out there. I haven't made that trip yet, but it does sound like the rock cracker activity is going to take place in the Keeger Belt. This is the song from the old Vandal Driller trailer. Another mineable rock, I think. Just a single one. I wonder, can I... Can this thing figure out what it's made of? Oh, you don't think it's in the game? Okay. Composition. It's made of ice, terranite, and inert material. Is ice valuable? With the way Pyro treats its water, I feel like it should be. Terranite's pretty good. It's probably another mineable here. Probably take longer than your lifetime to get there at nav speeds to check. Keeger? Yeah, I didn't know if it had any jumpable locations or not. Alright, we got another couple mineable rocks here. I think this might be... It seems like there might be enough in the area for like a small group. I would say a 20-person group split between mainly mining, salvage, and cargo hauling the goods out of here, but also a security group that can swing through, clear up the ships in the middle here, clear the station FPS-wise, do a little looting run, and then return back to the mothership. If we keep one ship, one central ship, kind of like how Avocado had the Polaris for our salvaging run, and we said, or maybe we do two ships. We do one ship that has salvage and loot and the other ship that has all minerals. and we run those back into Stanton to sell, I think there could be an activity here. And if it gets boring, we could always move on to another RAB. But I like the idea of a RAB cleanup event that we could easily run. 2 Idris, 1 with Salvations and 1 with Golems. I like it. And then an escort wing to fly alongside them. Some troopers that can come through this station every once in a while, clear it out. I don't know how often this stuff respawns is the only thing. What do you guys think? I don't think we're gonna get like the most valuable materials and stuff here, but I'll gladly pay anybody who comes and takes part. Can salvage heads be replaced yet? Haven't they always been able to? You would refine materials in Nyx, easy to sell since Levski buys almost all refined ores. Huh. Ship out to Nyx instead of Stanton? That does sound more fun. So if we do it with 2 Idris and the ships on board, then the miners and salvagers can also man guns if needed on the Idris. Good point. Security can be pally, with maybe a fighter in each Idris. Okay. 2 Idrises. Let's say 4 Furies. Maybe another fighter with a quantum drive just in case. 3 to 6 golems and 3 to 6 what's it called? Salvations. And then 2 cargo ships. Let's see. Probably best to load the cargo ships, get cargo ships that can land on the Idris. Can the Asgard fit in the Idris? What's the biggest cargo ship that could fit in the Idris? Because then we could keep the stuff on the Idris, transfer it into the transport ships, and they could land and fly off. I like that roster. This time tomorrow? GII? The Ox, right. Wait, the Ox to run cargo? How many are we going to be running? We'd have to have multiple Ox going back and forth for that, I think. We'll be pulling in quite a bit of materials. So funny that SC has ended up in a place where you can you're taking multiple Idris on a mining mission. Hey man, as long as you can experiment, at some point it will be unprofitable, but for now, it'd probably be, honestly, after May, it'll probably be the ironclad we use for these kinds of things mostly. Okay, my map's not working. You can refine from the ore pods stored in the Idris. We don't have to refine. We could just mine it and sell it, to be honest. No point in refining all that stuff. We're not doing it for money. Where can you sell unrefined ore? I guess that's a better question. Or maybe we can refine it and we can just set up a cargo-based mission on Monday to go and pick it all up and sell it. In the meantime, I can pay everybody out. What do you guys think? What is going on with this map, dude? This terrible, terrible, awful freaking star map. What happened to you, star map? Who did this to you?
Shields active. Shields disengaged.
We could sell direct to the refinery from the ship, okay. Anyone else out here doing armor runs? Feels like every set you're trying to get something is bugged. I'm not doing armor runs. No. Yeah, I run things in this game like Onyx and Hathor, and if I come across enough stuff that I think it'll work with Wicklow, maybe I'll go and get the last couple pieces, but I'm not pursuing things now.
Quantum drive disengaged.
You can sell unrefined ore directly at the refinery at a significantly reduced price. I'm not super concerned with pricing. There we go. Now we're working. Welcome to Checkmate. Holy sh... Where's the freaking station? Oh my god, dude. How sketchy is that? This thing is basically inside of the gas cloud. Oh my god, I thought I was just about to run into it. Whoever built these Pyro space stations was a little bit too close to the garage points. Alright, I'm going to switch out here real quick. We're going to grab a ship that we can actually do some scavenging in. I want to see if we can get down to an outpost and grab something valuable today. Frame rate's not great here.
Landing gear deployed.
Can you open up? What's the point of giving me a landing spot if you're not actually going to open the door for it? There we go. See, I knew we could figure things out. You hope Mrs. Tomato gets well. Your wife is very sick with confirmed case of the flu. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Strep throat, too. Gosh. Flu is rough. I hope all goes well in the recovery, and hopefully you don't also get it. Oh, no! God damn it. I'm not even gonna tell you guys how I messed that up. Unthinking. I am an unthinking mess sometimes. Add a death. Put it on the counter. No, I still haven't set up the sticks. I feel like I probably wouldn't have these problems maybe if I had set... if my... I'm gonna blame the sticks. Alright, we're going one more on the patch deaths. Yay, 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 lucky us. We're up to 4. It's like the most deaths in a patch in a while. 317 in total. No, I actually, for a split second, I thought to myself that I had changed my speed limiter, but I still needed to put down my landing gear. So I pressed my landing gear button. I do think that driving, flying the same ship all the time is going to be very, very beneficial because all these kinds of indicators are in different places, and it's hard to remember where to look to confirm whether something is or is not true in your ship. Coupled, landing gear, is the freaking cockpit closed? What are these people dancing? Some kind of new dance? That's your number one cause of landing deaths? Oh no, that yours is master modes. No, mine was landing gear. Are items still dropped on death? Only if they are equipped. Your wife is sick, but she's playing Pokemon to feel better in bed. Not bad, dude. Pokemon's a pretty solid remedy for sickness and pain. We're at 41 out of 15 subs, looking good, dude. Twitch is an absolute gem sometimes, you know? I didn't have my landing gear. My landing gear were down. So I have auto slow mode with landing gear on, turned on. So when I went to put my landing gear down and accidentally put them up, I started going fast. And look at how terrible I had. I had advanced mode, HUD mode on, and I still missed it. Shame on a tomat. What are the chances that the R-Corp song is playing while we find ourselves in R-Corp? I'm going to turn it up so you guys can enjoy the beautiful sounds. This is original music made for the R-Corp cinematic video. Let me know if it gets too loud, because it gets loud. Hey! Hey! Where are you going? What you up to? Golly, that gets loud. Song gets freaking very hype. Forgot about that. Back in the day when I first started making videos, I did a lot of cinematics, and my friend, who's really into Star Citizen, was making some music for those cinematics, so that's a song he made for R-Corp. Is there any gameplay loops where you are able to loot cargo from NPC ships anymore? Used to be your favorite. Man, that was a good time. I don't know. Revolve says that legal cargo has salvage again. I do miss it. It's great news if true. Alright, let's get a real ship for flying around Pyro and doing some looting and booting. I'm thinking a Zeus? Maybe? Has a decent amount of defense. I don't think I have a Zeus. How about Shiv?
Your insurance claim has been sent. Thank you.
And while that is working its way in here, since we're back at R-Corp, now we can get all the stuff we want. I'm gonna need a multi-tool for sure. Oh look, I still got the hot dogs in my pockets. That's good planning right there. I'm gonna tractor beam on that. A little salvage attachment. Mining attachment. Yes, sir. Looks like I don't have a salvage attachment. That's painful. Why is shift click not working? There we go. I think that's probably good enough. Although I don't have any ammo for my P8 anymore. Oh yeah, I do. That's great. Okay, in which case all I'm missing are med pens. And who really needs a med pen, right? That's not actually that important. I'll bring one of these. That'll keep me safe. Right? CIG will be back in office on Monday. Fix my stuff. What? Where are you hearing that? There is no way to hand somebody in something in game yet by hand. No. Hot dog. They need a tater tot vendor. Oh, dude, tater tots. I used to love tater tots as a kid and I didn't know why, but now that I've grown up and I've understood my obsession with potatoes, I could see that it was just a foretelling. It was the prophecy. I was the chosen one. I didn't have the mark on my forehead, but the Jenny Besseret knew back in the day. Space Tomato would love tomatoes. Tomatoes, potatoes, hates tomatoes. See a nice clip in your Discord.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
What's that supposed to mean, guy? Jeez, still a minute and a half.
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
You just got back into tater tots. Props. Besides some on vacation, CIG has always gone back to work first week of January. They usually just have meetings for 2 weeks. I see. I thought maybe they had said something. You like Olays better than Tots? Isn't Olays the brand? "45 seconds. More crisp. Dude, I do love a crunchy potat. Oh my god. Genuinely have no idea. Like, if there was one thing, if you asked Mrs. Tomato, what is one thing that Space Tomato will always love eating? She would tell you, it's a hot, crispy potat. A smaller tot in a coin shape, I see. But they're called Olays? Interesting. You're a baked potato kind of guy. Okay, I see you going back to the olden days. You shove that potato there under the ashes from the fire you made, and it cooks itself. Oh boy, you're on the server ridding Stanton of dangerous drugs. Does that mean you're taking the drugs? You can bake them, fry them, mash them up in a pan, you get hash browns. fry them, boil them, stick them in a stew. Potats is good in all forms. Mashed, baked, fried, sliced, diced, vodkarized. Vodkarized? Oh, right. Right, it's boil them and mash them. I said fry them and boil them. Fry them, boil them, mash them, cut them, dice them, stick them in a stew. It's not quite as catchy a song. I would say the only way I don't really like potatoes is I'm not a huge fan of them boiled. I think both boiling and baking them risks drying them out, and I don't like a dry potato. Ugh. Dry potato, gross. You weren't gonna eat tater tots today. Dog, you can't come into a Space Tomato stream and not expect to get your daily diet mixed up. £8 bag from Costco 2 weeks ago. I gotta look into these Olays. They sound like a good time. Honestly, I do too many fries. That's my problem. It's a lot of oil. Golly, though.
Greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, lamb,
greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken. Woo! Thank you. Who was that? Maverick. I love it, dude. We are going to get more of those kinds of things on this stream because it's too much fun. You gotta drop the greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes song. I got greens, beans, potato, tomato, chicken. Chicken. You name it! Rick, shut the f up, man. Bringing olives into this conversation. Do you want to kill the food talk? Oh my god, this shiv is loud. See, I just put my landing gear down. I'm terrible at this. Till the day you get type 1 or 2 diabetes and you skip them mostly. Isn't diabetes from sugar though? Isn't oil more a concern for like heart attacks and vascular issues? Oh, we could just fly straight to the Pyro Gateway, huh? I guess I might as well. Oh, carbs. Complex carbs? Guess that makes sense. Well, I guess we have a problem then. If you boil them and then slice them up and fry them with some bacon, onions, and at least 2 eggs in a pan, that is heaven. See now... all the best things in life, man. Human body's a weird machine that functions not on logic, but on vibes and spite. There's no science behind it, dude. The body just grows into this mischievous machine of spite. You really gotta overdo it for that to be a problem, to be frank. Buddy. My friend. You haven't seen me with a pot of hot oil and a potato or two, okay? I overdo it, alright? I gotta start thinking about this for myself. My knees are hurting, man. Sometimes I wake up with a hangover and I hadn't drank for 3 days, okay? The age is coming on. I can feel it. If I'm not sitting in this chair, my back hurts. Thank God we're not in that chair in Turkey anymore, but like, whew, you know, you start realizing you can't just be double fisting McDonald's fries. Luckily, I don't actually do it that much. I've got moderation. I've got moderation, and I also got a great chef of a wife. So like, I have plenty of diverse foods. I'm mostly exaggerating my obsession of fries, but I do really, really love a hot potato. It's not just a fun game, kids. It's also a delicious treat. I was actually just giving Mrs. Tomato the complex carbs talk last night, so it's funny that even slipped my mind for a second. I really, really, really like biology and like the human body and the way it works, to the point where I was gonna go into it, but man, I can't handle bodily fluids and stuff, which is gonna be tough, you know, for like children and things. They have a lot of those, but I do really, really love biology. As you get older and enjoy fried food, you need to stay away from two topics to reduce stress: politics and masterminds. Everybody remembers the one golden rule at Thanksgiving: don't bring up masterminds. Oh, dude, I gotta make a GIF out of that. We gotta start making, yes, I'm saying it, GIF. Get the f over it. We gotta start making some GIFs on this stream here, just cutting out some of these, putting captions on the page for these ridiculous things you have to remember. Politics and master modes. That was pretty good, dude. Didn't you go for mechanical engineering? I did. But look, okay, I like the way the body worked, yeah? And machines are kind of like the body, but without the bodily fluids. So I figured, how about we try mechanical engineering? It's kind of a crossover, right? No, my parents are in the medical field, so that was kind of what dragged me in there. Actually, it was more 9th grade biology that dragged me in. But yeah, having insight into how your own body works is priceless. Mrs. Tomato is actually really, really in tune with her body and always knows when something's kind of slightly wrong. I'm very jealous of it because I don't notice things. Star Citizen has good graphics. It also has great gyrations. And I don't know. Screw your arguments. We have to make peanut butter? Yes. Grind the peanut butter. Rig. What about astronomy? Astronomy is pretty cool. I never really considered it for a career, though. I don't know, I've always been more interested in building than researching, but as I get older, I do like the researching part a lot more. Would love to go back to the sciences someday. There's a lot of ships out here. Just floating about. Alright, let's try this again. This time, we are flying to Bloom. And I'm not even going to set my spawn because at this point, we're running up the time. Wait, what the? Why are we back in Stanton? Oh, no. You went to mechanical engineering to avoid biology? Were you also considering it? Ooh, you know what? I don't know if you're gonna get that gunshot request fulfilled. Mrs. T's a little bedridden today. Can we give passerby a point redemption there? You would have had me as a journalist given my video content. That's the research part. I would love to be a journalist. I mean, I guess kind of. I want to be. I want this to grow into a journalism company. I want to create a games journalism company in Space Tomato Gaming. Is kind of the ultimate goal. I love finding the nuance in information and disseminating it. It is frustrating though that we live in an age of disinformation and misleading, and it just gets harder and harder to actually get information out to people. Giant and Gist use a soft G, so you're saying GIF as the creator intended. Meta Hatter is my man. Science is how you met your wife. Is she a telescope? You don't have to stay in the paths. Just kind of shows the flow. Choosy mothers choose Jif. Brewers, you're a biology guy. In the life sciences. Out of curiosity, what does the G in GIF stand for? It stands for G. Hey, what does the freaking A in NATO stand for? We gonna act like every acronym has to sound like the letter? Come on now.
Toes, toes, toes.
Did we actually come through? No, I think we're in Stanton again. Oh boy. Not a good sign. I love the biological sciences, but the intro biology courses require so much memorization that it scared you off. You're better with processes than memorizing, so you went with math. Math is cool when it works, but golly, it can be frustrating too. Went on a pharmacy school after biology. Nice. Pharmacies are good places. Atlantic. Yeah, not Atlantic. It's not North Atlantic. I can still say NATO though, not NATO. Go the long route. I'm gonna try one more time. It happens to you when you try to go through with the shiv. Is it really just because of the ship? That'd be crazy. G and J are different letters. G has multiple pronunciations. What you talking about? You can pronounce G as a G and a J, just like you pronounce A as an A and an A. This is the problem with the English language, and it's why I love Turkish. But like, the Turks didn't create the GIF format, right? So we got to deal with the inaccuracies of English, and you have to accept that I say GIF, not GIF. And you know what I say to your GIF? Alright, one more time. Maybe if I accepted this stupid spelling pronunciation, then it would let me through the jump point. G can also be silent. Please finish that line. Please finish that line, Gunslinger. Come on. You know the follow-up. Somebody knows the follow-up. Whoa! Let me through to Pyro. Let me through to Pyro. Yeah, Ashton got it. Thank you. A great philosopher once said. Server side bug. I just want to go to Pyro. Nobody wants to be in Pyro, huh? Why isn't Pyro accepting me? Yes! Haha! I stood my ground. It's still GIF, and we're still in Pyro. Alright, now we get to go and do the thing we actually wanted to do this whole time. Let's go to Bloom. Bloom's so pretty. It's hard not to go to Bloom. If you have to pick a planet to go... Oh. Alright, first we gotta refuel. This is why you gotta fly the Spirit, man. Don't gotta deal with this crap when you got a Spirit on hand. I hate it. We started with a song, what we usually do.
Vehicle storage request approved. Storage space assigned.
No, your name is pronounced Gunslinger 6. In fact, no, the U has a oo sound, right? Because when you say U in the alphabet, it's oo. So your name is actually Goonslinger 6. So they don't have alternative pronunciations for letters. Sorry about it, dude. Alrighty. We got the fuel.
Exit approved. Safe travels.
No. You're getting that all wrong, Scythe. That would be pronounced Jace-liged. We can't be pronouncing letters incorrectly. No, the G doesn't make that change when there's an H behind it. Nonsense.
Service complete. Connection terminating.
Jace Liggett. Are you Jace Liggetting me? We jaming, dude. We out here jaming real hard. Oh wait, but LFG, let's f***ing go. It should be LFG, I guess. LFG, bro. Hold on, I'm gonna go check on Mrs. T. I will be back in a bit, guys. Do not talk to the chair, right? Or I will. I don't know, I have a joke for it. Don't talk to the chair, f***ers. Oi! Alright. Hello. Mrs. Tomato says hi. She's just very tired. So she's napping a little bit here. Don't talk to the chair. Don't f***ing do it! The chair can't spell. Have you ever seen the chair? Have you ever seen the chair on camera alone and any words get typed into chat? I doubt it. If you have, though, let me know. That's not good. These biddies are for the chair. Meridian. You didn't get yourself busted, man. Drate? That'd be drate? Sounds like you're saying gyrate. Wait, what is gyrate spelt with? Must be a J. Can't say G with that sound. Haven't seen Chair and Batman in the same room either by that logic. Exactly, which is why you should not refer to the chair as Batman. Wait. Now I'm confused. At night when everyone's asleep, your chair plays games, I bet. Well, I mean, it could either be my chair playing games at night, or I could go and spend millions of dollars paying somebody to level up my Path of Exile character and then pretend to know what was going on. Ooh, we're almost there, guys. Ooh, wee. Goonslinger 6. Pew! The chair prefers Elite Dangerous. No, chair is a No Man's Sky stan. You don't get to see it, but chair actually has a picture of Sean Murray tied to his back. He never turns around, but it's true. All right, we're gonna go over to Bueno Ravine because that just sounds fun today, doesn't it? I also want to get some Bloom music going, so I'm gonna turn on the game music for a bit. Impress us. Do I think the chair would remember their helmet? No. Not my fault I don't remember my helmet. Wow, that's a big lake over there. Would this be better? Do you think this could be considered a sea if it was saltwater? It's like it's pretty big. What's the difference between a lake and a sea? Are all seas still saltwater? I'm guessing it's the saltwater aspect. It's like marshland almost. They don't have the marsh biome yet. It's gonna be cool when they do, man. These planets are gonna be freaking unreal when we get Planet Tech V5. I actually can't believe that we're getting Planet Tech V5. I thought that Pyro's planets were gonna be about as far as they went when it came to like the kind of detail and vegetation and stuff, and then they were gonna start to focus more on the larger scale features like the rock arches, canyons, seas, lakes, and stuff like that. I didn't think that they were going to continue to build on the detail of these planets. If you could, would you build a base on Bloom? I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Pyro's planets. I don't like a single biome planet. I think it's rather boring and uninspiring. I know that these aren't necessarily single biome planets, but I think if I was gonna, I would have to go with Pyro 4 if I was gonna build a base in Pyro. That one seems to have the most interesting diversity. Bloom is pretty though. Oh yeah, Salt Lake City's on a lake, huh? So what the heck's the difference? Seas connect to oceans, lakes are enclosed on all sides. Yeah, but the Caspian Sea isn't a lake. I think the Dead Sea is also split off from the ocean. Is Genesis coming this year? Well, Genesis is 5 different parts. We're getting some of it this year, but we will surely not get all of it this year. Oh my god, dude. This is so cool. There's a freaking tunnel through the clouds. What freaking game is this? Whoa, there's like a whole layer down here. Whoa, dude. This is like the asteroid section in the coil. It's just a whole layer of space in between these clouds. You just have a ship meet up in here. Dude, you could have a party in here. Imagine renting out a Kraken, getting 200 of your richest friends, one of the most famous DJs in the world, and then just coming out here in like this little bubble in the clouds and throwing a massive dance party. Super exclusive. Genesis, Planet Tech V5 is part of Genesis, but Genesis also includes AI improvements. It includes dynamic weather. It includes Starchitect. So it's kind of all a whole bunch of different parts. Oh, Caspian Sea is considered a lake? I see. So it really is just, if you're split off, you're a lake. You did that once, but for real, out in the forest, half the peeps were on LSD. Dude, you guys got a Kraken out into the forest? Is Genesis due for early this year or later? Nobody's gonna really be able to answer that one for you. Like I said, Genesis isn't all in one thing. Planet Tech V5 is part of it. Let me show you real quick.
So, as Graham says.
So, you see here in the table of contents, which gets placed right behind me. At least you could see down here on the search bar, there are different phases of Genesis. So phase 1 is like the Planet Tech V5. It's the biomes, it's the new vegetation, it's all that kind of stuff. Phase 2 is locations. It is Starchitect. It is filling out the points of interest. Phase 3 is life. It is the AI. It's AI being able to more convincingly react to the differing day-night cycles, to the fact that planets are dynamic and things are moving, emergent cover, all that kind of stuff. That's a big one, because one of the worst parts about planets in the game, in my opinion, is that they're just a land with a bunch of things and just a whole bunch of space in between them. But after they get the AI actually working with the planets themselves, hopefully we'll see things like convoys and explorers and people who are just like out there in the wild. Phase 4 is light and sound. So this is ray tracing, global illumination stuff. It also includes their their new sound suite, which they have called Star Audio. It's based on their Claudius tool. It's a internal development tool that they've built to render audio in different ways in the game. And then phase 6 finally is dynamic weather. This is rain, thunderstorms, and different things like that forming naturally based on humidity, temperatures, and the movements of wind around planets. So it's going to be a rolling process, the implementation of Genesis, and Planet Tech V5 is just one part of it. Now, I think that there's a good chance we see Planet Tech V5 in the first half of the year. They already have started to put those stories into the loading screens, and usually the loading screens they're not really projecting too far out. Generally, they're only one patch out, so they've actually been giving this quite a bit of lead up. But I do think that eventually, pretty soon, like in the next couple of months, we will see something else about Planet Tech V5 and about the changing of Nyx 1, and probably by the end of the first half of the year we'll see Nyx 1 in the game. I don't think we're going to see all 3 planets dropped at once, but I think they could start with Nyx 1. Do they need Genesis for Rock Cracker? No. No, Rock Cracker is going to be hand-built assets. Do I have any profiles for the Velocity 1 flight stick? I don't. What's the Velocity 1? Is that the new one from Thrustmaster? No, that's the Soul one. Do not recognize the velocity one. Alright, what do we got here? A little outpost, little place, little stop off, little spot. Wow, Pyro is still just not performing well. I like how they give it a engine power down sound just because you've landed. Like maybe you could just make my engine power down when I power down the engines. Oh look, another engine power down sound. Pistol. Mick Squish. What up? Yesterday you took your first 4 hours in the verse. Not bad. How did that go? Is one of the new planets a gas planet? It is a ice giant, I believe. Kind of like a gas giant. But not totally. Was Maelstrom a separate thing from what? From Genesis? Yes. Maelstrom's not included in Genesis. Yo, you guys, you friendly? You cool? Are we good? No, we're not good. We're not good. Oh yeah, no, that was definitely a different kind of... That guy was running right at me. Oh shoot, I don't have any medical. Holy... Alright, you guys better have medical. Thank God. I was not actually thinking I was going to be getting into FPS out here. Caspian Sea is considered the largest inland sea. It's not classed as a lake. Inland sea. Interesting. I guess that's the exception, though. Oh, Turtle Beach. Interesting. Is SC working? No. Actually, this is the best I've seen NPCs functioning at Pyro. I don't think Star Citizen's working, but this is definitely better than normal. That being said, maybe not. I may have spoken too soon. They are acting different. They're doing a lot more running and moving than just standing in one place. Alright, I need to get closer to them. Such a big gap. It's like it's a far run. Maybe I could drive this thing over there. Oh. Who the f was that? Who's flippity? Who's over here? We lost one. Man, that guy could have killed me if he wasn't stupidly yelling about. These guys are all yelling about. Alright, I gotta get to the other building. I know I'm gonna get messed up if I run through here. Alright. Get right up here.
I need a med bed quick.
No, you don't. The ship shields aren't helping. Maybe I can go all the way around. There is no all the way around. This is such a bad situation. I feel like somebody must have a rifle over here I could use. I just don't have a lot of range. Once these guys come over here, I'm fine, but shooting with an SMG at these guys this far away through shields is just wasting ammo. Ouch. And I'm taking a lot of hits. I got you. Yo, that guy actually, they're like actually reacting to what's happening in the battle. I don't know if I've ever noticed that before. Okay. That's gotta be enough to... Please don't let there be people over here. Please don't let there be people over here. Please, 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 please. Oh, they're over there. Okay, but we got over. Hey. What's up with my armor because it's not that cold? Looks like it's frozen. Well, it is 0 degrees Celsius. That's fairly cold. I'm guessing all these guys just came outside to fight me. None of them actually hung back. Good strategy, y'all. What do they have here? We're looking for places to do events. Let's see what they're selling from this place. RMC? Oh, no. Organics. Nice. It's good. It's good. It's useful. Not that cold. I mean, freezing is still... It's cold. It's cold enough to put frost on your armor. It's called freezing. You would try this game if it was in Steam? Yeah, I don't know if this will ever be in Steam. Maybe Arena Commander. I don't even think Squadron 42 could ever make it to Steam. But maybe. I don't know what would stop them one way or another. I just think, from my own perspective, I would keep Star Citizen on your own launcher. And that's likely really important based on the way that they're running the server services and things, and who wants to pay Valve when you've built your own launcher over these several years. Yeah, friendly mole in the wild. Come, brother. There are rocks for us all. %, to be on Steam is wild. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't want to fall through the floor. That's still a thing in Pyro. If you're wearing it, it wouldn't happen. No way. Well, your body heat's not going to heat up the outside of the armor, or else the armor's not very insulating, is it? Like when I'm walking around in my jacket outside, my outer shell definitely keeps frost on the outside. It's also, you know, just dramatic effect for a game. They're just picking they're picking a thing. They're saying, this is how we show it's cold outside. We put frost on the outside, and I think it's just we're at that threshold. Hey, this is nice. Some medical. You were out in -8 degrees today. No frost on your clothes. You better reach out to CIG then and let them know. I don't know what to tell you. They should eventually put it on Steam after some exclusivity. Maybe they'll eventually put it on, but I don't know, man. They put a lot of work into the launcher. Galadrum, what's up, dude? We're doing okay. I'm just looking for some event spots a little bit, and then came out here to this here outpost for some good clean fun with these guys, and we had fun. We had a little party over here. They didn't make it through the whole thing, but I think it was fun. But yeah, no, there's nothing out here. There's really they gotta get some more interesting stuff out at these spaces. They're just dead. They're just like a couple of... Why does it keep sounding like somebody's walking? Is that you? Is it you? You making all that noise? Dude, what is going on with the rendering? I'm guessing that's just coming from the Vulkan stuff. That's why you love Pyro for the arms dealing, nothing out there. My frame rate, my frame rate's always the worst when I'm on a planet in Pyro. It's actually... Oh. It's actually disconcerting that Pyro is performing worse than Stanton. I know these outposts have a lot more assets involved, but they had a lot more time to optimize these locations than the Stanton ones. Well, to build them, maybe you're not optimizing. What's my PC? I call him Boxface. He's nice. Where did that guy's voice come from? You out here, dude? Yeah, I hear him. He's out here somewhere. Is he in here? He's probably in here. There you are. Action music. All right, okay. Bring back the good music now. This place is a bust. What is my PC though? Like my specs are the ones that matter. 3080 Ti, 32 gigs of RAM, 7800 X3D from AMD. Action music just to loot one guy. Who doesn't like a little action music to back them up, huh? How many people play with the in-game music versus just having your own soundtrack running while you play this game? I love the in-game music, but I find that it's not always playing when I want it to. You know, you're having like a beautiful fly through the clouds and it's just dead silent. Like, Star Citizen, come on. Can't you see what I'm seeing? Don't you know? You use the in-game music? Silent stretches are good, just at the right times. It gets repetitive for you, Brig? Do you feel like that'll ever change? Like they'll be able to have enough music in general locations that it's not repetitive, or because they focus on doing like a song for a planet, it'll kind of always be like that? Use your own music so it's not captured in OBS. Not a bad idea. Stream Elements just took the #1 spot from you, dude? Looks like we got some crashed ships out here. Let's see what these are about. See what this thing's about. Just nothing else out here. It's just a constellation. Not going to be able to get on board. Oh, it's open. Might be able to get on board. Let's see what happened. Can you not mantle this? God dang it. Love these older ships. I'm guessing this thing barely works. Yeah, this is broken. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to get up there. That sucks. I'm curious. Alright, there was another ship not too far away. Let's check that out. Is there anyone around familiar with VR who might be able to guide when you try it? There's a VR Star Citizen Discord that will probably be very helpful. I don't have the link to that. But if you search on Discord, I'm sure you'll find it. Hover the shiv on the side airlocks and shoot them open. That actually might work. Gonna have to shoot it open without blowing it up. Wow, that was easy. Alright, now we just gotta line up the ship. Disorienting to control a ship like this. Looks like I'm slightly moving. Yeah, the ship's moving. There we go. All right. How's 4.5 been working? You've heard some contradicting things, but ultimately your gameplay has been pretty good. Mine's been rough. Oh, this is sketchy, man. If I mess up this jump, we're done. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, we made it. We made it. Okay. Let's get in and get out. Anything in here? Constellation doesn't have any components we can use. Maybe there's a dead body or two. Fire extinguisher, perfect. Jesus, the fuses are gone. They must have lost a battle. Oh yeah, they have a power plant failure. Hey, there's my ship. But looks like everything else. Power plant hit 0. Shield generator is higher though. Quantum drive hit 0. They must have just like crashed into the ground or something. It'd be cool if there was a log that told you when it happened, but no, I don't think so. Ah! What? Who was asking how the game was performing? All right, let's see if we can repair this thing. I don't even have an SRT tool on my multi-tool. I was thinking maybe there'd be some dead bodies in here, but they gone. Alright, repair all. How long is that going to take? $55 seconds. Yeah, we'll take the snub if we can't get this working. At least we can repair ships now. And I guess we get a free snub ship out of it. Probably not anything in the lockers. This is also going to be what makes the game more exciting, is nobody treats their ships like homes. There's nothing on a ship, even if you do find it out here like this. Because everything in the game doesn't play how it's supposed to, and it makes things like this much less exciting than they could be. That being said, I do still find it interesting just coming across shipwrecks like this. Might be a little bit boring, but it's one of the coolest parts of this game. That these ships do stand out here. How long has this ship been here? Maybe this person crashed 2 weeks ago. Maybe it was 2 hours ago. I don't know. Quincy, Happy New Year. All right, they're back on health. Let's see. Engines are on. We're shaking. Ship's damaged, but it's working. Hey. Ha. That was my happy noise, sorry. But I want my shiv back. So we're gonna... Uh-oh. Oh. This is how two spaceships have a baby. And I am going to be what pops out. What are you doing, Step Constellation? Oi! Oh! No! I ran into the wall! I knew that might happen. Oh, now they're stuck like that forever. That's gross. And now we're stuck here forever. Well, at least we have a med pen, so we're not low on health. Yeah, the gravity is full gravity here. I forgot. It's hot. Yeah. I forgot that we're not on a moon. Guess we gotta hoof it back to the outpost. Yeah, because I'm not getting in either of those ships now. Probably try pulling the shiv with the tractor move. Wait till the shiv runs out of fuel. Just sit there for the next 2 hours. Oh, who is this? Who's watching the stream in the mole? Wait a second. Uh-oh. I've seen this story before. I'm gonna record this. See, this is what the people mean when they're like, streamers don't know the struggle. I'm supposed to struggle. But you know what? I'll take the help while it's here. Is that enough? That's enough. I can climb up that. Right? I don't think we get kabooms like that anymore now that we have engineering in. Maybe I can just get into the snub ship right there. Oh, that's loud. Hey, old snubby. Why don't you come on down? I like pick it up. Come on. Get off of there. Get off. Get off. Wait. Mole, I didn't mean it. No, I was accepting the help. He left. He said, oh, you don't want my help? Bye. And look, a storm is rolling in. Maybe I can just take a gun. Can I just have one of the guns? Hello, Miss Bloodaxe. A bit of a situation here. You know there's no heater in this ship because the cold makes you shiver. Ah, Quincy. That's good. That's good. Get off! I don't have enough ammo to do that. Hey, he's returning! Get off! I just put in a freaking beacon for transport. Do these still work? This would be a great time to see if it works. No? Are there no beacons? They just completely removed beacons, huh? None? Oh, bro. Whoop! Just a little bit. It's fine if you don't want to risk your mole. Maybe I could just hop on board. Avocado in here? See, now this music is just too peaceful and nice. You're trapped in the disaster wildland zone, and this woman's just like, "Ah." It ain't like that, ma'am. Not right now. This is more the action music. Oh no! Watch out! Careful. Actually, I don't think you should do this. I think you should ditch. Don't. I don't want you to blow up. Leave it. Leave it. You're good. 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 Don't die. Oh boy. These ships be vicious. Ow! What is going on, man? Get down here! Ain't nobody hired you for this. You're transport. You're transport guy. Get down on the ground now! Come the down! You are a bad person, Shiv. Why is the Connie in the air? 'Cause I had to try and use it to get on board the Shiv, which was already in the air. 'Cause I had to use it to get on board the Connie, which was originally on the ground. Now I have to leave them both. I hate you, Shiv. Yeah, I'm headed for the mole. It's just slowly going. I wanted to take my anger out on the... I'm on board! Ready for an airdrop. Thank you, kind stranger. Wigan. Should I go up the elevator? Is that what you're looking for? I can't actually use the elevator, so... Beep boop. This is why you like being able to summon your ships to the ground in No Man's Sky and Elite? Yeah, that is nice. I can't use the elevator because I am not in the party. But that's okay. I just need to jump from here. Oh. That's aggressive. Imagine if it didn't work and we both ended up stuck down here. Thank you. I'll just hang out in this safe, comfy looking spot back here. It's like a nice little den. That would be really funny if he just came down and shot me there. Alright, but now I'm realizing I can't even see outside. Nope. Oh, this is not the door. He's doing a little loop. No. Am I being kidnapped? Just being kidnapped. All right. Away we go. There we go. That's the kidnapping music kicking in. I'm a miner now. Not like a kid. Like I'm mining. Just a little drop off at the local outpost. I'm sure we can make our way from here, considering I don't have a ship here. Still can't use the elevator. Can you just steal this one? Is that the idea? Is this the Pyro way? But now we got the same problem with this one. Sound like Hunt Showdown footsteps. Hey, thanks for the lift, kind citizen. We'll see what we can do out here. What is that sound? Ah! What? Why? All that? all that? Then I just get shot? Pyro. And what the was that the mole? What just happened to the mole? Our friend! Why does everything end in f***ing ruin? Oh, man. Gotta love the Pyro life, eh? I still don't know what those footsteps are. I can just hear them. I don't understand. What happened to the mole? That sucks, dude. He rocketed the mole? You think he had a freaking, thing on? Oof. I did not set my spawn in ruin. Now, the ideal way that would work, in my opinion, and this is what I get from the way they've talked. However, they have failed to implement it, so I'm not sure what the heck the latest decision on this is. But the idea there is that that outpost was owned by somebody, either headhunters or Citizens for Prosperity. And if we were there as a faction member, right, we had reputation with that faction and we were at that outpost, and they did that to us, then it wouldn't matter that they were in Pyro. The local faction would react the same way that the security would in Stanton. That's why Pyro is lawless, but not necessarily not safe. The thing is, that's supposed to depend on the reputation system. We don't know where that is. So until then, that kind of stuff happens in Pyro. There's not much you can do about it. Honestly, that kind of stuff happens in Stanton too. There's not much you can do about it. But that was just a little gameplay segment today. We wanted to go through and explore some of Pyro and see what we could do. I do think that we could probably run something at the RAB tomorrow for a little event around this time. So if you're in GII and you've got this Saturday free, keep an eye out for that on the Discord. And if you're not in GII and you got a free Saturday, maybe come spend it with us because we love you. You're beautiful. Y'all are beautiful space nerds. And you deserve to watch cool space stuff with other cool space nerds. And we still have that giveaway going, so get some more inputs there. Oh, I gotta update that death count, huh? Patch deaths. Good old 5, dude. We're working our way up, man. Started from the bottom. Now we're dead. And it'll keep going. I will see you guys tomorrow for some group gameplay. What org is this? It is GII, the Garden Interstellar Initiative. Check us out. We're known for our racing, our cargo hauling, salvage, mining, and bad habits. Good group of people. A lot of the folks in chat are in the group. And, yeah, that's mainly my pitch. I mean, I think you'll like it. You should check it out. Am I leaving? Yeah, I'm going to head out. I got some video work to do for you guys. I'm releasing a video about all the ships that came out last year, and I've got to get back to that hardcore. So I'm going to pass you on to another streamer. Who's playing some Star Citizen. And I'm thinking today we are going to head over to Hitbo. And y'all can have a lovely time. Thank y'all. Hey, Waffle, dude. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate you, buddy. Can we watch you make videos? Maybe sometime. Maybe I'll do some editing on stream. One of these days. Have fun. Feed the wife chicken noodle soup. See you tomorrow for doing the things with the stuff and the some such. Y'all too. You guys have a lovely one. Beautiful people. Good times. Great smiles. Good chats. All around. I'm going to drop you over with Hitbo. You guys go in there and drop all the toes. Let them know where you come from. And give the good vibes. I think he's being right back, so you should be able to catch him before he gets right back and set up. Remember, you're great people. You deserve good things, so eat something you love, do something you love, and go hang out with somebody you love today. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Goodbye, my friends.